Could you tell us about your preliminary research prior to starting the design process for KÖY?
I think the first time I visited Istanbul was in 1982 when I was an architecture student, and I was really impressed with the multi-layered history of Istanbul, from going back many centuries, that and all the architectural details of the different buildings. That was very impressive to us. And when we went up the Bosphorus, looking at the different timber buildings in places like Bebek, that was an inspiration to me to design the inspiration for this project.
What do you believe are the most important values in the design of KÖY? What were the most influential elements and factors that shaped the project? And did you prioritize any design approaches or targets above others during the process?
I think the primary reason for the project and the primary design strategy for the project was to integrate the buildings with the landscape and with the existing surrounding natural woodland, and the creation of tree-lined avenues which people could drive along and then enter their houses. It's buildings within the landscape as the priority, and that is the most important aspect, the way we've designed the houses and the environment. And also, in contrast, the private gardens are created as intimate courtyards, affording privacy and views beyond to the surrounding landscape. So you get this privacy, but also a feeling of being within the forest and within the trees and the landscape, natural landscape surrounding these buildings. The villas enjoy large pool decks and views looking across the valley to the southwest.
How would you describe the design process for KÖY as an experience for you and your team? What were the key achievements?
We really enjoyed working with Siakalın and the team members there. We had a very, very enjoyable interactive process where we took on board comments and we listened to design points to improve the design, to make the staircases and the rooms and the location of the spaces and the views out in a better way. I always remember one of the first things Pars Kibara directed me to was the work of Sedat Eldem, who I found very inspirational for the project, and I hope we've taken on board some of his really impressive interpretations of traditional Turkish architecture in a modern way, and we've done justice to this inspiration for us on the project.
In your opinion, what are the most important factors that will influence the future of architecture?
I think we need to build in a timeless way. I think we need to be inspired by the buildings of the past, but also at the same time build modern buildings that are suitable and fit for people, and to have a human-scaled environment that is inspired by the traditional buildings of the past. I think the great traditional buildings and the villages and the houses, the religious buildings and the marketplaces, these are the things we've tried to incorporate into the design in a modern but human-scaled manner.